Alright, hello. I am back. I am here. In the world of the 999s, I've got a cat on my lap and a notepad in front of me, and I'm ready to solve more puzzles. It's been like 2 days since I actually played this game, so if I forget what's going on, that's that's why. I know that we just found Snake dead, and now we're going to go through the other doors that we found. I realized that there's like these last two doors that we found are 6 and 1, I believe. Which would indicate that there's only, I think, 2 more doors left after this, being door number 2 and door number 9, I think. So I don't know how much more of this game is left, but we'll see. All right. Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going.
Our next destination is Mercury.
Right. We're going to Mercury. We're going through the Mercury door. I don't remember where
Maybe you and June
is.
should check it out first and then report back to us.
Huh?
All right, let's go, June.
Right.
Why are you sending us first?
Here it is.
It sat bolted to the wall near the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen, between the 2 elevators.
The Mercury card reader.
We're using the card 7 gave us, right?
Yeah,
I found it when we were checking out the shower room.
I think 7 said something like that. Anyway, let's see what happens.
Junpei slid the card through the reader. The light on the reader turned green and made a tiny electronic noise.
I guess the elevator works now.
Jumpy, I know it's only the 2 of us, but let's do our best.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Well, I'm happy we were put together.
I would be less happy about it because we were just chosen to like be the guinea pigs to check out.
It's just for searching E-Deck, right?
Yeah.
Even so, I'm glad I'm with you.
Oh. First, we need to find out if the elevator comes up full of water.
Just like we did before.
Yeah, and it probably won't. It'd be pretty surprising if it did, though.
Oh, here it is.
I knew it. It's not wet at all.
Let's go.
Yes.
Once it had been checked for water, Junpei and June stepped into the elevator.
Look! Nearly all of the buttons are destroyed.
Yeah, only the seat and bottom button can be pushed.
We're on C deck right now, so the only one we can choose is bottom.
Yeah. Well, let's try it out.
What would bottom be? The very base of the ship? The door closed. Slowly they began to move downward.
Oh, so this is the bottom deck.
They stepped off and saw that the hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end. But not a regular dead end.
Over there.
Is it gonna be a numbered door? Aha, yeah, so.
This is a numbered door.
This is the 8th one we found.
Yeah, that means the only one left is the number 9 door.
There were 2 numbered doors on B deck near the central staircase. They were doors 4 and 5. 3 more in the large hospital room. Doors 3, 7, and 8.
And the door we found on E deck, and the door Lotus and Santa found on A deck. It was a 6 on the door on E deck, and a 1 on the door on A deck.
That means
Oh. Numbers, and now number stands in front of Junpei.
Do you think the next door we find?
Yeah, I think so.
Will be 9.
The next one's gonna be door 9.
I mean, assumedly, unless unless this person 0 is just a jerk. Maybe it'll be a door 0. That'd be funny. Well, funny in maybe not that funny, but despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about that excitement that frightened him as well.
Finally!
Yeah,
You don't look very happy about it, though.
it's not that. I just hope nothing goes wrong.
You're right. We should keep our fingers crossed.
Let's head back.
Okay.
He did his best to put it from his mind and headed back to C deck with June. I mean, as soon as we get to door 9, we have to start deciding who can go through, right? I'm not even going to bother to do any sort of math until I reach the end because I don't want to spoil myself by doing math to see who can possibly get through.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
What? The pieces of paper they'd folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. Oh, are we doing drawings to see who goes through which door? Everyone had written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook in an effort to pull together a blind vote.
Just double checking, but everyone wrote their code name and a door number they want, right?
Oh, okay. I see. We're voting. It's not like a random.
Yes, just like you told us earlier.
Why is it a blind vote? Didn't we just do this before where it wasn't blind? Is this assuming that somebody has like ulterior motives or something? Wait, hold on. Why is this blind anyway? They wrote their code name and a door. So how is this even anonymous if it has their name on it?
Can't believe we're voting here.
Why they had decided to vote that way?
We need to make the whole
why
thing
had they?
fair, blah-de-blah. This is a complicated plan, you know.
I don't understand why they don't just say it out loud, though. That doesn't make sense
Hurry
to
it
me.
up, Mr. I have a brilliant idea.
They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. That would allow people to force others to go through certain doors. Oh, okay. So just to give everybody an equal voice
Yeah,
or
quiet
whatever.
in the peanut gallery.
And he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching wind of, however, so he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper. Does his plan have something to do with trying to get June to go through the same door as him?
All right, let's open these up. The first one says, Ace requests door 1.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why?
Because you're the number 1? No.
No, we don't have time for that. Sorry. Let's keep going.
He opened the second one.
Next is Santa. He wants door 6.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Junpei continued with the third, fourth, and fifth pieces of paper.
Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2.
Wait a minute. There is no way I'm going anywhere with the Elephant Man.
Shut up.
No, there'd be no point to the voting if we let people change their choices because of stuff like that.
But,
Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma.
I am not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes.
Barely.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe. But what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
Alright. Make this choice easier. Lotus's hair flared
not
out
good.
like hello. Lotus's hair flared out like a mane of an angry lion, and she roared with a voice that shook the walls. Y'all,
Let go! Let go of me! I'm killing him!
can we just like all just agree to not talk at all to each other. We don't have time. These people, man. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her.
Junpei, read the rest.
Right.
Junpei tore his eyes away and looked down at the 6th piece of paper. He opened it.
June wants door 6.
Yes, I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it.
All of the papers, save Junpei's, had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head. Ah, I see. He had everybody else write out theirs, and he was going to read his last, so he could calculate where exactly he wanted to go. All right. Good thinking, Junpei.
So this was everyone's vote. Ace and Clover requested door 1.
Okay. This was the door on A deck near the central staircase.
7 and Lotus requested door 2.
This was the door on the bottom deck and could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship.
Santa and June requested door 6.
This was the door on E deck and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase.
The door I should choose is...
Okay, so he's like trying to make it easier on people by being like, I'll choose whatever other people want and we'll go with the easiest way. It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke.
The last one is mine. I want to go through...
Wait, was I actually supposed to like do the numbers? Wait, who chose what? I forgot already. I legitimately forgot already. I know that June chose door 6. Ace chose door... Oh, I wanted to choose door 2 because I like the number 2, but I don't really want to go through that with the people that I don't care for. Let's see. Okay, door 1 was Ace and Clover, right? So that only equals like 5, right? So we'd be 10. So I could go through door 1, and that would be fine. I would be with Ace and Clover. Door 6 was Santa and June, which is 3 and 6, so 9. It wouldn't even work if I went through that one. I think I'll do door 1 because I've been with every single person except for Ace. So
My choice is door 1.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here.
Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at him as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready.
For doors 1, 2, and 6.
And I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot.
He put a small mark on it so he would know which one was
I just
his.
needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
He fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1.
Yep, because it adds up
It will
perfectly.
be Clover, Junpei, and myself.
Alright, I'm okay with that.
Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
Yeah, so will one person have to remain behind? Because everybody's numbers add up to, we got 7, 8, which is 15, and then June, which is 6, which is 21, and then Santa, 24. No, they'd have to all team up and go through door 6, because that would be...
June and I want door 6.
That would be what it adds up to.
Lotus and I want door 2.
You can all go together.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
Team up, team up.
Aw.
Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6.
Yep.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age.
What the heck does that mean?
Right, June?
Well, I
June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not.
Pig. You just wait and see.
Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine.
Calling me old.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really like or trust Lotus. She's fine sometimes, but like most of the time she's just, I don't know, she's my least favorite character.
This is why men are such a pain in the ass. They're about as subtle as a brick.
Why are you just muttering under your breath as we're like, are we walking through this place and you're just muttering these things every once in a while?
And they're at it again.
Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself.
I'll see you later, June.
Jumpy.
Yeah, it's sad. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much.
Don't make that face. It'll be like what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9.
Yeah.
We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again.
Yeah, we still need to go through the last door, so... But who knows? Somebody might die, and then we'll go through that other door.
Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the notary game works.
Seven's words took a weight off of Junpei's shoulders and felt much better.
It'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you later.
Lingering uneasy remained, but they went their separate directions without much trouble. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward A deck.
Here's A deck. It was the door on the left, right?
I'm surprised Clover is just like still moving along here, because
That should be it, yes.
I mean, her brother just died. She just saw her brother like exploded. Or I assume I would assume the other guys would try and stop her from looking, but
Here we go.
it opened and they walked through.
It's just
Let's
as
go.
Santa and Lotus said.
At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it.
A numbered door.
To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red.
There's the red. I'll go first.
Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel.
Now the two of you, if you would.
Yep, we got it. Junpei was next. Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever.
Now,
He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover.
are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yep, go
yeah,
right ahead.
anytime.
I'm not sure how helpful Clover is going to be now, though. Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well then. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Go!
And it's open! Move it!
They stumbled into the room.
Where is it?
Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. Next to the door they came through. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it.
It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I agree.
Now then.
Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly. Are we in just like a little tiny room?
There's another door.
Okay.
Let's try opening it.
He took hold of the knob and easily, gently pulled it open.
So, this is the Wheelhouse?
He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, then spoke.
Ace, you investigate the Wheelhouse next door.
Very well.
Clover, you're in charge of this room.
Dang, we're like taking charge here. What's what's going on? Even Ace is like, what? He stuttered.
Say something.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, I don't know how smart of a move it is to leave Clover in charge of our room by herself right now, though.
All right then, let's get started.
So did we put those two people in charge of different rooms, and we're just gonna go throughout the whole thing? All right, chart room. Who's ready? A map? Stack of nautical charts. Alright, there's papers. I think this is a nautical chart. There's this line on it here. I think the line is the route the ship is supposed to take. There are these dots all over the map. Oh, those are probably ports, like a port for a boat to stop at. It looks like the lines connect the dots. Okie dokie. Nothing left in the drawer. Wait, is that the only one that I could open? I guess so. A chair. A chair. Clover isn't talking much. Well, I guess that's understandable. I mean, she's been through a lot. Really, it's more surprising that she's still together enough to talk at all. Right? A light. Looks kind of like a wilted flower. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There are a number of red pins in several locations. What do these red pins mean? I mean, it's locations. Oh god, is this gonna be a geography puzzle? Because I don't know geography at all. Well, the nautical chart I picked up earlier have a map like this one? Well, the nautical charts I picked up earlier... Oh, the nautical charts I picked up earlier have a map. Okay. I thought there was a grammatical error there. Maybe one of them matches up to the pins or something. Let's see. Well, what do you know? Looks like this one's a match to the pins. Okay, so we've got 7 locations connected by straight lines. And each one has a word next to it. That's probably the speed. New material has been added to the file screen. Where's the file screen? Nautical table. A nautical table found in the chart room. It shows directions of southwest, southwest, northwest, blah, 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 and straight. There is a word next to each point on the map. Full, half slow, full, half dead stop. That's what it says. Okay. So it's probably going to have something to do with the directional arrows and speed that we'll have to do. This is probably a puzzle, I would imagine, for the, what do they call it? The wheelhouse? Maybe a puzzle with the, like, ship wheel or something. Anything else? Alright, I've got the nautical chart that matches up to these pins. I don't think I need to spend any more time with this map. Okay. Thank you, Junpei, for telling me. The shelves are lined with books. Let's see what's in this blue one. There's something written on it. Ship's log. Huh? Ship's log, huh? Oh gosh. More material to the file screen. A ship's log found in the chart room. The following is written on the last page. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south and southwest. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. We made port, then changed our heading to east for a time, and are now heading due north. Soon we will dock in the United Kingdom, the homeland of this vessel. Okay. I'm not going to look into it right now, but I'm wondering if those directions actually match up with the charted stuff on the map. Alright, that's just... anything else about the books? Shelves are lined with books. Looks like they all have something to do with sailing. None of these look very useful. It's a wooden box. Maybe a case for letters? Hey Clover, you ever write letters? Nothing. Ooh. Pocket watch. That's a pocket watch. She sure hasn't been saying much. It's hard to even give her, like, a voice, because she was supposed to be like, I'm Clover, I'm smarmy, and blah blah blah. But when she's sad, it's hard to give her that voice. And she just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kind of sad. I wonder why. Wait, what happened to our map? Is it just on the file screen now? What? A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch. Ace?
Oh, pocket
Okay.
watch. Might I take a look at it?
Didn't I tell you to go look at the wheelhouse? He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway. Junpei shrugged and handed him the pocket watch.
Hey, man. What are you doing over in this room?
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought I'd come check up on the two of you. Is there a problem?
I'm not gonna be a dink.
Well, not a problem, but...
That's a lie. I wanted to get rid of Ace.
Why did we want to get rid of Ace?
I sent him to the wheelhouse at the beginning for a reason. I wanted to talk to Clover alone.
Oh, right. We wanted more information from Clover about the stuff that she was talking about,
Something
right?
I want to ask her. And I don't want anyone to overhear us.
Oh, well, did I just mess up then?
I'm pretty sure Clover won't talk if there's anyone else around.
Junpei, you should tell me your plans. You should tell me your plans before you just start doing things. I can't assume.
I'm a little desperate to send him back. Quick. He has to leave.
Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face.
Oh, I see. Of course.
Yes. Yes, of course, Ace. We want to be alone to flirt with Clover. That's all this is. He looked Junpei over, then glanced at
I
Clover.
apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck.
Yep, that's totally it. We're here to flirt right after her brother has died. That's exactly what's going on. You got us, Ace. Did you choose Ace because you're an ace detective? Because you got it, my man. Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left. Okay. Right. Junpei let out a sigh and brushed a few drops of sweat from his forehead. He turned and found himself looking straight into Clover's eyes. She'd heard what Ace had said. She regarded Junpei with caution.
What was that about?
She was clearly suspicious, and with good reason.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Junpei's eyes widened, and he held up his hands in a gesture of innocence.
No, it's not like that.
What's it like then?
I just wanted to hear the rest of that story. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it until now.
What story?
About the experiment, remember? The one you started to tell me in the operating room? You said something about an experiment that happened here 9 years ago.
Clover bit her lip. She stared down at the floor for several long moments, and when she spoke, it was barely audible.
I'm sorry, but I don't want to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
I'm just not in the mood, okay?
But if you're not... But we only have, what, 3 hours left? Less than 3 hours now?
You understand, right?
I understand, but also...
I keep thinking about my brother. I can't stop. I mean, who would do something like that to my brother? I can't forgive them. I'm not gonna let them get away with it. They're gonna pay for it. I promise.
And the best way to get back at them is for us to get out together, so you should tell me all the information you know that might help us out.
So...
Her shoulders were shaking. Drops of blood had sprung up on her lips where she was biting them. She wiped it off and looked up at Junpei, her eyes fierce and angry.
Junpei, who do you think did it?
Her voice was cold and scarcely above a whisper. Is it going to make me choose different people to tell her? Because I don't really want... It won't help anyone to be suspicious right now. I mean, it helps to be cautious of everybody, but to imply suspicion on anyone right now isn't the best way to do things. Junpei gulped.
Well, if what Seven said was right, then there would have to be at least 2 of them. You need at least 3 people to open the numbered doors, and if you subtract Snake, that means there were at least 2 other people.
You're right. So, what does that mean?
I mean, I'm glad she trusts us.
Well,
that's a
if
good
we just
sign.
look at the bracelet numbers, we should be able to figure it out. Who could have opened door 3 with Snake? Well, really, who and who, or who and who?
You mean it could have been 4 people?
Could have been.
Well, technically, it's possible.
I'd say that's more unlikely, but
I don't know.
just gotta do the math.
Doesn't seem very likely.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll tell you later. Why don't we just assume it was only 2 other people for now?
Why wouldn't that be likely? Does she, like, trust more people that she thinks it has to be 2? No, that doesn't
Okay,
make sense.
got it. Let's do that then.
Then who do you think it could be?
Junpei crossed his arms in thought. Snake's bracelet number was 2. Which 2 bracelet numbers added to 2 would give the digital root 3? I think I figured this out before. It would have to be people's numbers who add up to 12. So 3, oh my god. 2 minus, so it would have to be people who add up to 10, which would be Clover and June, which is very unlikely, or Santa and 7, or Ace and oh no, that wouldn't work. Couldn't be Ace if there's only 2 people. It couldn't be me because there would have to be another person with a 5. So yeah, it would just have to be those. So who it has to be Santa and 7 then, doesn't it? Unless I'm missing something. But I think it can only be those 2. I mean, obviously, those 2 or Clover and June, but I think that's a little bit less likely. Which 2 bracelets would get a digital root of 3? Yeah, let's try adding this up again, though. Yeah, 7 and Lotus wouldn't work because 8 and 7 is 15 plus 2 is 17, and then you add those together, and that's 8. June, Lotus, no. June, 7, no. I like how he doesn't even include Clover. Okay, where are you? Santa and 7, yeah. 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 2 is 12, and then 1 plus 2 is 3. So it has to be Santa and 7. But what if it's not just 2 people, though? That... it's like a little bit suspect to just do these 2 people. Well...
Would it be Santa and 7? The digital root for Snake, Santa, and 7 is...
I mean, to be fair, like... I like Santa, but he's not exactly a trustworthy person. And I'm not a huge fan of 7, so...
3! Wait, hold on. Are Santa and 7 the killers?
But if it were to be 4 people, can we think of that as well? It'd have to equal either 21 or 12. Which would be, okay. 7 and 8. I'm not gonna bother thinking about it because it's too much math to do, I guess.
What's wrong?
I don't really want to tell her that, though. I mean, she could do the math herself, right? Like, obviously. But I don't really want her to be suspicious of people because it doesn't help us right now. Clover looked at Junpei and he looked back at her. There was no point in hiding it.
Well, I thought about it, and...
He told her his conclusions.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, okay. Just don't be stupid about this information. Like, don't go off doing anything stupid. She looked less surprised than he'd expected. Yeah, I would imagine she would have been doing these calculations already.
Santa and 7.
She probably just wanted someone to, like, confirm her suspicion
If it
with.
was 2 people, then that's the only combination that works.
But if it was
Hey,
more
wait a
than
minute
that-
there. Don't you think it's a little too early to be jumping to conclusions? Well, all I said is that those 2 would have been able to open door 3 with your brother. There might be other possibilities.
Well, what other possibilities?
He didn't have an answer. He was ready to admit defeat when Clover spoke.
Are you saying you think that it was 3 or 4 people?
I don't think it would be 4 people. That's a lot. But 3 people, I could maybe see.
I really don't think that's likely.
It is more likely that it's 2 people. I will
Why
give
not?
her that.
Can I borrow your pen and paper?
Oh, do the calculations not even add up? I haven't done the calculations, so I don't know. Clover put her hand out expectantly.
Yeah, here.
Junpei pulled out his pen and pad of paper and handed them to her. She opened the notebook and wrote down several simple addition problems. Oh, I have a calculator. I have a calculator that apparently calculates digital roots that I haven't been using this whole time. Eventually, she had 8, which provided a digital root of 3. Eventually, she had 8? 8 different things add to 3? That's a lot. Okay, let's see what these combinations are. Okay, Ace, Santa and June, not that. Ace, Clover, and me. We didn't do it. Clover, 7, and Lotus, no. Me, June, and Lotus, no. Ace, Santa, 7, and Lotus. Oh my god, that's the numbers. I mean, I'm not completely against that one, but it is more unlikely that it's all those people. Ace, Clover, June, and Lotus, no. Ace, me, June, and 7, no. Santa, Clover, me, and 7, no. So yeah, the only ones it could be are Santa and 7, or possibly all these people, but I have doubts that it would be that many people. Yeah, I can read.
What's this?
These are the combinations for 3 or 4 people. These 8 combinations are the only possible ones.
At least she was out there, like, thinking really hard about it. I appreciate that.
I see.
Junpei,
Yeah?
I can trust you, right?
Yes, you can. I'm the protagonist. You can trust me. Unless we were Zero the whole time. In which case, I mean, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Of course. Why would you need to ask that?
Well, because everybody's suspicious,
Really?
Junpei.
Yeah.
So then I should get rid of B, D, G, and H, right?
And also get rid of the ones that you're in.
Of course. Just cross them out. And you should take off yours too. The ones with 4.
Yeah, unless you don't trust yourself.
So, what does that leave?
Yep.
A and E.
Which I don't think June would do it, so E is the more likely.
Wait, it can't be A.
Why?
Because June's in that one. There's no way in hell she'd do something like that.
Are you sure?
I'd bet my life on it.
Okay then. I can cross off A too, right?
Yeah.
Well, what have we got left?
E.
Which is basically like everybody else teaming up. Yikes.
Do you know what this means?
Everyone besides me, you, and June would be working together.
Yeah. That's... I can see why she would want to think just 2 people, because the other option is not as pleasant to think
Do
about.
you think that's likely?
It's very much less likely. If they were working together... No, never mind.
If there were 4 people working together, they wouldn't be very cautious. I don't think they'd try that hard to hide what they were doing if they outnumbered us, right?
I mean, I guess that's true, but cooperation is also important in this, right? Because it's likely that they would need our numbers too in order to keep going on. And if we had like a very divisive fight, it would waste time.
Well, you do have a point.
And besides, if Ace and Seven are working together, they could have easily gotten rid of me when I went to the shower room with them.
I mean, I don't think they would get rid of you. How suspicious would that be? Just to get rid of two different people.
But they didn't. They didn't even try anything. If they were killers, why wouldn't they?
Because they wouldn't just be killers, they would be smart killers. Her voice was calm, but Junpei had only to look her in the eye to know it was forced calm. There were tears forming at the corners of her eyes, and she was blinking furiously to keep them back. Perhaps by attempting an objective analysis of who might have killed her brother, she had been able to distance herself from the harsh reality of his death. Yeah, I like that makes me like her a little bit more, that she's still like using her head even in this kind of situation and what she's been through. The more she struggled to act unconcerned, the more Junpei felt his heart tighten.
Oh, I see. Anyway, I understand now. It seems pretty unlikely that it was as many as 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
Then that means there's a good chance it was Santa and Seven.
That's how it looks.
But why would they do it?
Why would they? There was a moment of silence. Was Seven one of the ones who pointed out that, like, we'll have to leave people behind in order to go through door 9? There's a chance that somebody is taking out people to make it more likely that they themselves will be chosen to go out of the 9th door, right? By making the odds better for them.
Their motive.
He laid his hand gently on her shoulder. He was close, so close to the answer. When Ace chose the worst possible moment to return. He raised a knowing eyebrow and then spoke. Oh, dude.
Have I interrupted something?
Yes.
What is it?
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
Sure. Have I searched everything in this room, though? He turned on his heel and walked back toward the wheelhouse.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Junpei looked over at Clover. He gave her a short nod, hoped that she would be willing to talk to him again later, and followed Ace. I also just realized it's a little bit less likely that Ace would be involved in pushing Snake through the door, because he was the one who, like, kind of risked his life staying back when we all went through doors. So unless he, like, completely big-brained the whole thing knowing that they would loop right back, I don't think he would be likely to have done any killing of people if he was willing to, like, basically, you know, kill himself for everybody else.
What did you want to talk about?
Ace looked at Junpei and smiled, perhaps more of a smirk than
There
a
was
smile.
something I wanted to check.
Yeah? What's that?
If you'll excuse me.
What? Sorry. I just took a sip of water when I read that. With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Excuse me?
I'm just checking.
No, stop.
He reached for Ace's arm. But it was already too late. Oh, is he finding the letters, or not letters, the, like, little notes with the other possible numbers that Junpei made to rig the drawing? Or to rig the whole who goes in what door thing. In the older man's hand, there were pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket.
Just as I thought.
Yeah.
What exactly are these pieces of paper hiding in your pocket? You switched them, didn't you, when we voted?
Does it matter though? Does it matter that much? I mean, it does make you look a little suspicious, Junpei, trying to rig things, but
Well, I can't say that I care.
yeah.
I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief.
Then, why did you...
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
Ace smiled, gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned on his heel and left. Wait, where did he leave to? Where did he go? It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand, and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense.
Damn.
Are we just in the wheelhouse? Okay, well, we'll look around the wheelhouse. I think that I looked at... Oh, I assume you can use the watch to go through there. It really confuses me when I turn here because it makes it look like there's like a second door for a second, but it's just like the animation that they use. The helm. Well, ugh, I don't know what voice. Hold on, let me take a drink of water. I just spilled water on myself. Well. What? I can't do like gravelly old detective voice. Well, steering wheel. Well, oh my god. There need to be more women in this game for me to voice. I can't do the men. Well, steering wheel might be a more appropriate term. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass covered has been smashed to pieces. A desk. Anything in the drawers? Nope. This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. There's another room on the other side of the window. Is it a mirror of this room? There's like another wheel. What? What? Okay. Yes, I suppose you could call it a helm. Steering wheel might be more accurate, however. Yeah, okay. There's a circular hole cut into this board. There's a metal plate bolted over the window. There's a compass behind the helm. Can I do anything here? Well-polished steering wheel. Looks like it still moves. Can I spin it? Aha! Okay, so this will probably be part of the puzzle. An engine order telegraph. They use this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. Like a gear shift in a car? Well, it's a little different. The device doesn't connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it, which can be moved back and forth to. Hold on. Huh? There is no handle. You're right, there isn't. Looks as though it was deliberately removed. It's probably something we have to find then. Ah. A human hammer. What? They're often used to subdue large men like Seven. What? Yeah, what? That was a joke, of course. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Ace. You really kind of suck at making jokes. Oh, he's so defeated. That was rather cruel. Aw, he's just trying to lighten the mood. Okay, I'm gonna assume that's That's that. I don't want to go through there yet. What is that? Oh, that's the wheel. Okay, let's make sure I look everywhere here. The left drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. The right drawer. Nothing. A chair. Clover isn't very talkative. Looks kind of out of it. She's thinking about Snake. Probably. I already clicked this. Stop clicking it, Michelle. That's the door. Okay, I think I looked at basically everything in here, so... Lock. Looks like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shaped indentation on it. Huh? This shape. Maybe. It does look like the pocket watch would fit here. Nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go there. However, we may need to do something with the watch first. Do something with the watch. A mechanical pocket watch with a spring. It doesn't appear to be working. The hands have stopped at 5 minutes 39 seconds past 10 o'clock. Turning the knob does nothing. Yeah, it's probably broken. It looks as though you could move the hands, however. It looks as though you can move the hands. Alright. I'm already... It says lock in bright red letters. Oh. What is this? Some kind of display? Display. Looks like a vent to me. It looks a little like an electronic scoreboard. I imagine it was added recently. An arrival board, like at an airport. There's nothing on it right now, though. Okay. This thing won't budge. Feels like there's something keeping it in place. What would be the point in moving it? The ship has stopped. What would be the use in steering it? Yeah, I know, still. A broken compass doesn't look like it'll be very useful. A desk. I feel like I must not have clicked on everything. It's broken though. Oh, a compass. And what destiny does it point us to? I really hope you don't think that sounded cool. Oh, poor Ace. Oh my god, click on the wheel. Steering wheel. Let's see if it... Whoa. Looks like the steering wheel moves. So it would seem. I noticed something else as well. What's that? Well, when you move this wheel, the compass also moves. What do you mean? The ship, it's moving. Ha! Tricked you, didn't I? The wheel and the compass must be connected to one another somehow. Do you think that's important? Well, let's try turning it again. I see. So we're gonna have to set this up to, travel, I imagine. See, there's a compass behind the helm, right? So is there anything that I could do with this? An engine order telegraph. The handle's been taken off. If we can find a replacement handle, I could probably get it to move. Yeah, I feel I must have missed something then. Let's hope I can find it, because I really... These puzzles are great. It's just finding the pieces to them that looks like a door there. Why can't I, like, go through that? I also feel like I've had to click on things multiple times, which is a little bit annoying and weird to me. Pretty empty desk. My brother's desk looked a lot like this. Because he couldn't see, he never put his stuff on it. He never put stuff on it that he didn't need. Damn, that's... What am I supposed to say to that? Poor kid. It's a light. Well, I guess she doesn't really feel like talking. She's not really paying attention to anything, is she? Her mind must be somewhere else. The game said I didn't have to look at this anymore, but... Nothing in the drawer. I guess this is probably used for reading maps or something. Yeah, they probably spread the map out here and there to decide on the route. What? They probably spread the map out here and there to decide on the route. That was an oddly worded sentence. Junpei, are you trying to open that door? Forget it. It's pointless. I tried it earlier. It won't open. Dead. Thought I'd double check anyway, since I want to make sure that I click on absolutely everything. That's not what I was trying to click. Okay, I think I have clicked on everything in this room. I feel like I've clicked on everything in this room as well, but... There's another room on the other side of the window. I feel like that should be clickable. Okay, let's look at the things that we have. We got the ship's log. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south and southwest. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's look at the first direction. Leaving port, we headed south and west. Southwest, then northwest. South and west, southwest, northwest. South and west. Wait, what? Wasn't there a map in here? Oh, I guess that's this. We headed south and west, then southwest. So yeah, it is telling us the directions. But I can't do the speeds yet, so I feel like I must be missing something. I just want to see. I haven't actually like looked through these. I don't know what I haven't clicked. This room is just like the other one. Metal plates bolted over the windows. Heck, not just bolted. It looks like they've been welded on. No way in hell are we gonna get those off anytime soon. So where would the handle be? Because I feel like we'll have to do that before we can do this, because I don't have any other items to like connect with. God, this bothers me so much, this like turning thing. Makes it hard to tell what's going on. I don't think there's any other way for me to like interact with this. Broken pocket watch. I can only move the hands manually. The knob doesn't work. So why can't I do that? Why won't it let me do that then? Okay, let's try... Oh my god, stop. Let's try turning this south. swear I saw something that had directions in it. Maybe if I entered the directions in that order. Okay. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Junpei. This is almost certainly one of Zero's puzzles. There must be a clue here somewhere that will help us solve it. Have you found anything? Perhaps something with the points of the compass on it? Okay, let's write these out then. Oops. Okay. Gonna be... I'll write these out first. We went south, and then west, and then southwest, and then northwest, we made port and then changed our heading to east for a time and are now heading due north. So we'll hit dock. Okay. I'm gonna write these down too. And also just double check that it matches up. So south, west, southwest, northwest, east, and then north. Okay, it does match up. Went south at full. West was at half. Southwest was at slow. Northwest was at full. East was at half. And north was at dead. And then they stopped. I don't know if there's a stop one, so I'll just put stop at the end. Stop. Okay, I'll try all those directions and see if it does anything. I imagine that I'm missing part of the puzzle though, but maybe I'm lucky and I'm not. Okay, so first we're going south. Oh, hi baby. You want to help me solve puzzles? And then we're going west. And then we're going southwest. And northwest. And east. And north. What the? The handle came off. Thank God. I was not ready to relive the first room puzzle where I just got stuck. Heh. Stooping so low. Are you Zero? Handle! The handle that came off the steering wheel. A handle. Wait, first, before I do anything, just in case, I don't think this will work. Okay. So, I assume that we don't have to go back and forth between the two. I'm just gonna have to put in this second, code, I guess. So, I sure hope this handle fits. Yes, it fits. Excellent. That should allow us to operate the engine order telegraph. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so I get to put the order. So it'd be full, and then half, and then slow, and then full, and then half, and then dead, and then stop. Huh? That's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? No, I don't think so. Look. Something's happened on the back wall of the wheelhouse. Okay, good. I was like, hello? Yeah, you're right. Let's check it out. On the back wall of the wheelhouse? The back wall of the wheelhouse. Oh. What the heck? I can't read that. There's something on the wall that looks kind of like an arrival board. There are a whole bunch of words on the left side of the display. What the hell is this? They're names of ports across the world. I imagine it's showing us the ship's route. You know, just like the ones you might see at an airport. Departing, XX carrier, XX flight, XX at XX blah 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 blah. Like that. Oh, I get it. It does look like those are the names of all the ports along the ship's route. It looks like only one of those has a time on it, though. Okay, we'll have to put the time into the clock? Or the pocket watch? The time on the last line, right? 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. 10 past 3. Perhaps that's the arrival time? Arrival board. The left side is filled with words. It looks like 10 seconds past 3 o'clock is the arrival time for the final destination. But why are they showing even to the seconds? Because you have an item, Junpei. Broken pocket watch. I can only move the hands manually. The knob doesn't work. But, hello. Are you gonna... I know that I'm supposed to put the pocket watch in this hole, but... It says lock in bright red letters. The helm. It won't move. A broken compass. Doesn't look like it'll be very useful. So... Now what? It won't let me move the hands of the watch. So... Do I need to do more here? An engine order telegraph. I don't really think I need to be messing with that right now. Steering wheel missing with one of the handles. I don't think I need to mess with that. Compass. Plates. It's just like the one on their left. It's broken though. Can't really use something that's broken. Don't really know what else I would need to do here. I mean, I've been clicking on everything while holding the pocket watch, so if I needed to interact with something specific, I assume it would have done it already. Maybe do I need to look at the map again now? It's a map of the world with the Atlantic Ocean. I wish there was an option to like talk to the characters for like hints or something. Like I did this. There's no places for me to like input anything right now except for the pocket watch thing. So I'm not too sure. Do I need to interact with like the door that has the pocket watch on it? Because I think I only interacted with like... It looks like this is the only exit. Alright, I guess not. Let's see if this will open. No dice. Must be locked. Let me double check that I did this correctly. There's some sort of square device embedded in this door. Pocket watch, lock. Like, if I was able to interact with this at all. But I can't. And it says that I can move the hands, but it won't let me. So, am I missing something here? Freaking watch, I can only move the hands. The knob doesn't work. Digital scoreboard. 10 seconds past 3. Must be the estimated time of arrival at the port. Hmm? Oh, perhaps. Whoa, what's he doing? Excuse me, Junpei. Hey, he just took my pocket watch. Is he gonna do, like, what I'm trying to do? Like, why? If that's the case, I don't really like that. That I have to click on things, like, multiple times just to get the correct dialogue for it to move forward. That's not... Hey, what the hell are you doing? Just trust me. He's doing what I was trying to do! Hello? It should be fine now. Well, thanks for giving me the pocket watch back. But you don't need to look so smug about it. Let's see what he... Oh, he moved the hands. 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Look at that, just what I wanted to do. Oh, so you changed it to match the final time. Ace nodded slowly. You know what to do next, right? Give it a shot. Dude! What are you doing? There's only one thing you can do. Now give it a try. Obviously. Why wouldn't it let me do that? I don't understand. I am not really happy about that. Looks like some sort of lock. It's got a weird shape. Actually, pocket watch. Let's try putting this in there, even though I said like multiple times I won't. Why? Why? I'm glad I didn't like spend a ton of time on that, like being confused, but I feel like that could have gotten me confused. Like I knew what the game wanted, I knew the puzzle, but I wasn't allowed to solve it? That's a little silly. Good work. Seems you were successful. Well done, Junpei. Hey! Clover!
What?
Look! We unlocked the door! Now we can get out of this room.
Oh. Well, let's go then.
Clover. Oh, that was it? That was it? Okay. Yeah, I liked some of that. Like, some of that puzzle was really good. I just don't like that the very end thing was a puzzle that we, for whatever reason, weren't allowed to solve.
It's far too narrow to be called one.
They found themselves in a small space outside of the wheelhouse. On their left was a wooden door.
This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go.
Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond. Okay, there's gonna be more. It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment.
Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before. Huh? Wait, this one is...
Morse code. Who's ready to do a Morse code puzzle? One similar machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it.
Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago.
He turned and slowly took in the room.
This must be the communication office.
Mm-hmm. Across the room from the door they'd entered through was another door.
And that door?
A metal plaque was nailed to it. It read, Captain's Quarters.
That's what it says.
Then, do you think...
No. No. Unless the door is like locked and it's implied that somebody's in there, I don't think so. Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hands begin to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob. It opened easily, and without so much as a pause, she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. The first thing they saw... Oh? Is he gonna have a zero watch? The first thing they saw was a man on the floor, covered in blood. Junpei felt his body seize up. His mouth went dry, and he felt very, very cold. The blood in his veins slowed to a crawl, and his heart tightened like a fist.
Not again.
This was the third time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was that he saw, whatever happened to him, was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was driven by a determination that he could not hope to match.
Damn.
A sense of helplessness, of desperation, washed over him. It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed its way through his body like acid.
No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet. Maybe he's still alive.
Maybe he's wearing a watch like you are. Or I guess bracelet. It looks like a watch, so I'm gonna call it a watch. Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. When he touched his hand to the man's neck.
No pulse.
You gonna check out that right there? His pupils had dilated, and he wasn't breathing. His pupils are more than dilated. They've gone completely white.
He's dead. Damn. If only we knew how it happened.
You could look, but... Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep red wound on his chest.
These wounds. I wonder what killed him.
Junpei did not have to wonder long.
It must have been this.
For lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of the ship's captain, although they were stained with blood. You calling him an it? That's a little bit... Alright.
These clothes. A captain. Does that mean this guy was Zero?
I don't think so. He's also wearing a bracelet. On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0.
Bracelet 0.
It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it a joke.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I do not think that man was 0. Seek a way out. Alright, I'm gonna stop there for this one, and we'll seek a way out next time.